Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to a new month of prosperity, month of good profit for us. Okay, this is a market overview, trade idea call. Um, as you can see to the right here, these are the asset I'm going to be discussing. So I've already sent out this to you guys. So I'm making a video analysis on it, to just help you guys, see what I'm seeing. All right, so I'm going to be discussing the DXY as the dollar index, Euro USD, AUD USD, Australian dollar, United States dollar, CAD JPY, Euro CHF, Euro GBP, Euro JPY. Is there an analysis for Euro JPY? Okay, we're gonna see. And then NZD JPY and then USD JPY. So there's a lot of JPY pairs, right? And I'm gonna like explain to you why we have, quite a few of them. Yes, so without wasting time, let's just go right in. So I was April. I was trading April. April was amazing, right? I can't wait to come out with a trade report. So after this call, I'm gonna like make the trade report for uh April. I'm sure we did well. I'm sure we did well by April, right? I'm sure we did well April. In the month of April, rather. Yes. I just checked through, most of the trade ideas and then the whole, quite a few played out well. So, yes. All right. So first we have is DXY. So DXY is the dollar index. Okay, so I usually, analyze the dollar index to trade, Euro USD. So what I do is I come to the dollar index, do my analysis, and then whatever I'm saying on the dollar index, I want to do the opposite on, Euro USD. Right. And I must say I haven't traded Euro USD in a while because, the DXY really has not been clear. It has been clear, but I've not really seen entries. Let me put it that way. So I've not really, traded. I think it's been really long I traded um Euro USD, right? I remember when price first came into this area here, I was anticipating some kind of rejection to the upside. Because at first, I was thinking that since we had this, high here, and price gave us this equal high, price was going to, give us some kind of rejection inside this area to go to the upside. Yes, and I can see, price started to buy all the way to the upside. For 2 days it was buying. I actually thought it was going to go up from there, and then price came down and then gave us this lower low, and then was creating very structure. And then price came to this area. I can remember marking out an imbalance on the 10 hour, right? And then price rejected from there, came up again. And price, it was hard for price to break this level. So started to reject again, like, okay, this is selling. Then as soon as price, gave us this equal low, so that okay, I think DXY wants to sell rather. All right, so now we have liquidity to the upside here, and then we also have liquidity to the downside here. Okay, I'm going to try as much as possible to be brief on each of these assets. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time on them. Yes, so we have liquidity to the downside and then liquidity to the upside for DXY, right? So now we are closer to this one than this one here. So I'm believing that, we are going to sweep this liquidity first before, price or the institutions come for this one, or we can just reject more. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is this red area? It has been on my chart for a very long time. You guys can remember, last year during the monthly time frame, was it monthly time frame now or weekly time frame? We were anticipating some kind of rejection, right? Because we saw this year, right? We had this, oh my God, there's a lot of writings here. I'm sorry, let me just remove everything. Okay, and then yeah. All right, so you can see we had what this, rejection and price, and then price rejected, and then finally price broke this area, and then I remember calling out this area for a sell down, right? And then price rejected from there, and it has been selling ever since, right? And then we were kind of looking at this area to, hold price, to give us that kind of, strong support level for price, right? Because, this is a resistance. We had some supply in this area. We had supply in this area. And then, now the price has actually, broken the supply area. Maybe, it can give us some kind of, support for price to go up. That's why I have this area. We've been, actually had this marked out way before, got here around September last year, around that period, and so it's just, I'm excited to see what price is doing in this area, right? Price came there, gave us this bullish month. That was the month of February was bullish, and then, March and April was bearish, and May, today's 1st of May. So what is this candle gonna print? Bullish monthly candle or a bearish monthly candle? So uh I mean, we can't tell, right? Wait until uh maybe 2 3 weeks after, then we can see, okay, it's bullish or bearish. But now I don't know what can do, but I'm still believing that, maybe this area is going to hold price. And then you can see we have this institutional key here, so it makes sense. And I remember, explaining to you guys in one of the video, that seeing these equal lows here, we are going to have price come down into this imbalance, take out the liquidity, and then reject. So far that has happened, and we are here. So just, waiting to see what happens, right? But because, we have um a very good understanding of, the relationships between time frames, I don't need to wait, for, these candles and confirmation on the monthly before I can, take a trade. Now going back to the daily, all of this has been happening in that area, right? So I'm just seeing what is going on. Now, based on the daily present structure now, right, you can see we have this, lower low, this lower high, and then this lower low. The price gave us this lower high, but it is not confirmed yet, right? Because it has not closed below this area yet. So this is still a potential lower high, right? So, but now I remember last week, my order flow for DXY has been to the downside, right? The last week, weekly outlook we did, last 2 weeks weekly outlook, I was calling for, DXY going to the downside, rejecting from this imbalance. And as you can see, price gave the bullish, candle and then started to reject to the downside. So far, it's been going down back and forth. All right, so now what am I anticipating now? You can see within this range, the stop range and this down range, you can see some internal liquidity in this area. And let's check. So today's bank holiday, right? And then 4 p.m. that's 16 o'clock, we have USD ICM manufacturing PMI. Then on Tuesday, we have, same time, we also have news. And then on Wednesday, we have FOMC. Right, as you can see, we have FOMC on Wednesday, and then on Friday, we have NFP. So we have major news um, for the dollar index this week. So price can really move. All right. So what am I saying, Coach? What are we anticipating for DXY? So what I'm saying now is I think I have a little change in buyers, right? Seeing this internal liquidity we have here, I believe that the dollar index will continue to buy all the way up. At least let's take out this internal liquidity. Then this area also, I'm looking at there's an imbalance here on a lower time frame, right? So I'm still, daily structure is still bearish, but I think we still have, this liquidity to be captured here. And I really hope this trade is probably going to be like this, let me show you. Was it AUD card now? AUD card. So something like this happened for AUD card. You guys remember, right? We had this, equal lows, yeah, just like DXY, right? And then we also had, this internal liquidity, yeah. And I remember as soon as price swept this liquidity, as soon as price, just swept this liquidity, I told you guys, AUD card, we start to sell down, right? We should start to anticipate some bearishness to the downside. And I made the video last week, right, on our AUD card gave me like 5 trading opportunities to the downside. So I was able to, see 5, entries going to the downside, capturing the daily liquidity. So maybe believing that, okay, maybe that's what the dollar index wants to do, right? now that we have, the daily liquidity plus internal liquidity in this area. So I believe we're going to run this one first. So DXY, I'm still anticipating bullishness for now to the upside. And then if we don't, maybe if we don't take out this high, price does not close above this area. Looking at price action after this liquidity has been swept will give me, would like the candle will tell me what next, right? If I see, price sweeps the liquidity coming to the imbalance and then we start to reject hard, like price starts to reject hard, then I can, believe that, the institutions wants to come for like this liquidity to the downside. So now on the 4 hours now, so the 4 hour, yes. So on the 4 hour, this is what I have here. Okay. So now we have this top range on the 4 hours, and then we have this down range on the 4 hour, right? You can see this equal highs here. This is internal liquidity. Right, let me just put this. Okay, so now internal liquidity above, right? So I believe that the institutions will run, this liquidity, right? They're going to take out this high, so DXY to the upside for now. And then maybe we can start to see some kind of rejection in this imbalance here, you know, that is what I'm anticipating, right? So, and I remember on Friday, although the timing was off for me, but I actually saw price rejecting from a 1 hour imbalance to the upside. So I'd already seen this, I'd already, and projected DXY going higher, this week, at least Monday, just to capturing the equal highs. Then I saw this imbalance even before price got there on Friday, right? This one. Okay, but it looks too, small and the timing was off because this was around 18 o'clock, right? Okay, no, let me just wait. Okay, see what's gonna happen. Yes. So now, in a nutshell, summary of what I'm anticipating for DXY. I don't want to stay too long on this. I'm anticipating what bullishness, right? At least let us sweep this internal liquidity, and then um, some kind of distribution in this area. So I'm still anticipating bullishness for now, and then monitoring price action. What happens after this liquidity has been swept will tell me, uh, what to do next, right? I don't want to see big candle just printing all the way to the upside, right? I want to see, sweep on the liquidity and then maybe, price starts to reject something like AUD card. So I want to see AUD card in DXY. Okay, so what happened with AUD card? I want to see it happen for DXY also. So on the 4 hours, something like this, and then that's going to be the opposite for Euro USD. So as you can see, Euro USD, we also have this one liquidity here, internal liquidity, and then we also have this liquidity in this area also. Although there is no equal highs on Euro USD, just like we have the equal lows on DXY. But if the DXY wants to start to come down from here, then I would be looking for buying opportunities below this liquidity areas here. Right, so I also have some areas marked out. There's an imbalance in this area, and then on the 11-hour time frame, I think we have this bigger imbalance here. So just watching to see what happens, right? So for DXY, for now, I still want to see it go up because of the liquidity to the upside, and then maybe projection to the downside. Yes, that's for DX1 EU. Then for AUD card, is that an analysis for AUD card? Okay, so AUD card. Oh, I remember. Okay, AUD USD rather. So now this one, is kind of strange because we have equal lows on DXY, right? And then that means I'm anticipating DXY to buy up and then sell down, right? Now, if I'm anticipating the dollar index to go up and then overall come down, that should be the opposite for AUD USD, right? But I always like to analyze, the DXY and use it for only Euro USD. And then every other pair that has to do with USD, I like to analyze them alone, right? So now you can see in this area we had some kind of liquidity sweep in this area, and then price started to reject. In terms of structure, we had this higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price broke the structure to the downside, and you have this low, lower high, and then lower low. Right, so now I'm looking at this imbalance here for possible rejection, right? Some kind of distribution in this area to and then we can come down to capturing this liquidity, and then also, feeling this imbalance here. So we also have some kind of imbalance in this area, right? But now, we are anticipating the DXY to go up. So if the dollar index is going up to capturing that internal liquidity, normally what should happen is for AUD USD to sell down, just like what Euro USD wants to do, right? Because it is the dollar index. It's the same among these two pairs, right? So let's watch what will happen for AUD USD, right? So I like to analyze it on its own, just like I'm doing now. What I'm anticipating is, price should come in this area, give some kind of distribution, and then sell down. So if this doesn't happen, it's most likely because of, the dollar index effect, right? Yes. And then for card JPY, amazing, right? Amazing trade. So now, before I, start talk on, the JPY, I currency, I think it's on the futures. So yes, I remember, before the news, we had JPY news on Friday, right? So on Friday, Thursday night, I had already, seen, I went to Forex Factory and then I saw we had, JPY major news coming out very early in the morning. And, I'd already projected it coming to the downside because of, this daily liquidity year and then this, daily liquidity year also. So now, I mean, I sent you guys a markup right before it actually played out when price was still in this area yet. And we can see how, JPY really was weak. The news really was not in favor of JPY, and, price just went straight to the downside. Right, and then price just, coming to the downside. So now JPY is weak, and because of now we have this daily liquidity now, this equal lows, right? I am still, projecting that we are going to see more bearishness on the JPY itself, right? At least maybe to capturing this liquidity, feeling this imbalance, or maybe overall coming to this imbalance here, right? So I'm still, bearish on the JPY. As you can see, it has been giving us some kind of bearish, formation after, breaking the structure. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So it has been giving us, the typical bearish market structure, right? Lower lows and lower highs. And now price has given us a lower low. But again, I used to tell you guys, you cannot determine the extent to which a new low or a new high will be created in the market, right? So now we cannot say the low has been established yet, okay, until we start to see some kind of rejection. So now this is still in the process of, establishing the lower low. And then if it rejects, and then, probably still going to come down the more. So I'm banking on this selling down the more because of, this liquidity in this area, and then this, imbalance, right? I don't know what is going on with the fundamentals, but based on technical analysis, I'm still seeing this going to the downside because of this liquidity. And if that is the case for JPY futures, then coming straight to card JPY bullishness, right? So we are not surprised seeing this happen, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, and then what happened? Price came into the imbalance, gave us some kind of accumulation in this area, and then on Friday, boom, price all the way to the upside. Now, even without the JPY futures analysis, mere looking at equal highs here, we know already this is going to buy up. Right now, we are not interested in taking this, way up. As soon as, just like I do it, right? As soon as we capture the liquidity, that's all. Trade idea complete. Then we look for another, pair to trade. Right. So what I'm anticipating for CAD JPY is okay. Now, this is where we are presently now. Equal highs, we see the liquidity. There's an imbalance in this area. There's another one up here. Okay, so those are just external targets. So now I would really appreciate if price, this today price does not take out the liquidity, right? And then we get some kind of rejection into this imbalance. So somewhere inside this imbalance here, the imbalance is very big. Yes, I know. And price can decide to play the open, can decide to play 50 or the entire view of the imbalance. But inside this area, I want you guys to keep an eye for buying opportunity to capturing this, daily liquidity to the upside. So I am projecting higher pricing for card JPY, and let us see, let us see. So price just crossed, 100. Okay, there's a quarter point. Let's see, maybe 102, right? 102.000. Yes, exactly. So bullishness for card JPY. Eurochef, Eurochef also has been playing out just like we anticipated, right? I remember there was a 10-hour markup I had. This is the 10-hour imbalance here. Price came into the imbalance, gave us a distribution, and it has been selling ever since then. All right, so now on the daily time frame, all right, I couldn't get an opportunity to sell this, so I'm not in on any of the sell, right? But now we have this weekly liquidity chilling in this area. Structure is bearish, as you can see. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Do we have a lower low now? So no, we do not have a lower low yet. So I'm still projecting bearishness on Euro Chef daily time frame. So I still feel we're going to come down. But now I'm looking at, coming to the 10-hour, right? We already see price has broken structure to the upside now, right? So we have this lower low, lower high, lower low breaker structure. So now we have this liquidity in this area, right? So we have this liquidity here, and then we have the bigger liquidity here. So my guess is um I know we're going to come for this weekly liquidity, but then looking at this, level, just minor change in structure within the bigger structure. So maybe price is going to buy up. Okay, already you can see prices already feel the imbalance here. And so maybe we can, catch more opportunities to the upside first, at least sweep this liquidity, and then maybe we can get some kind of distribution to then come down for this weekly liquidity here, right? So that's what I'm looking, that's what I'm anticipating. Maybe a move up, sweep this, internal liquidity here. Price is going to maybe reject from, if price is going to go down, I'm sure one of these imbalance will be a target. This one or this one. Price will come there and then reject, and then would automatically now come for this weekly liquidity. Right. That's what I'm anticipating for. And it could just, there's every possibility that this could be a fake break of structure. Right. So, but then how would you know if you're going to take a trade for a buy? This would have actually hit stop loss before you know, right? So, or better still, you just stay out. You don't want to take this buy. You just wait to see how it happens. Let's see it play out, right? If you reject and buy up, fine, you didn't get in here, and then maybe price starts to reject from any of this area. You can't catch the sell down to, capturing this weekly liquidity here. So that's what I'm looking at for Euro Chef, right? I mean, we have amazing trades for this week. And then Euro GBP, man, this trade is boom. I remember the analysis I did for this trade, right? You know, uh, daily liquidity to the downside plus the imbalance. And I remember, in the video, I told you guys, seeing how, price is buying all the way to the upside. What I want to see is what price sweep the internal liquidity and then give us some kind of distribution. And that is exactly what happened. So I think I should clap for myself at this stage, right? Yeah. So we have what structure, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we have a potential lower high, right? Just like what I said, this is a lower high, but it didn't give us the lower low. So price still, came here, gave us another lower high, came down and, swept the internal liquidity. There was an imbalance in this area. I think was it a 4-hour imbalance now? Yes, so the 4-hour imbalance price came there, give us the distribution, and sold really hard. I had a sell limit for this trade. I was actually anticipating to take a sell, on the 4 hours. My limit was, yeah. So I had a sell limit in this area. I think something like this, in this area. So this is it. I had something like this, and the stop loss was just here. As soon as I saw the break of structure, yeah, I was anticipating, this would just reject, fill me in, and then let's go down together, right? And then capture this one. But you know, that didn't happen, right? The institutions were like, hey boy, no, 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 no. We're going to do this alone, right? So now we have what? A break of structure again. So now we have a structure break within the major structure. All right, so look at this. We had this high, low. It didn't give us a higher high. So this is a structure within structure break, right? So we could look at this as the internal top range and then down range. And I think we have this liquidity here. So perfect, right? So we have this liquidity here. So this is a daily liquidity, right? So if we go to the 4 hours now, it's going to be, very, very evident. You can see, very visible, right? So what I'm going to be anticipating is I'm still looking for bearishness on Euro GBP, right? Um, yes. So I'm still believing that this is going to sell down. So maybe this day, it's going to close bullish. Already is bullish already. And then once this day close bullish, we have our imbalance complete, right? From this high, and then anywhere this, closes the high, and then I would be anticipating the next day candle, maybe buy into the imbalance, and then from there I'll start to look for lower pricing to capturing, this liquidity and then this liquidity here. So Euro GBP bearish. And then Euro JPY, I don't think I have a trade idea for this one. Price did exactly how I wanted it to, move, right? I did the analysis how, we were able to, see price reject from, the very low of the week, right? We actually saw come, price was going to come into that imbalance on 1 hour, and then price just, rejected from there, and then price went all the way to the upside, capturing this daily liquidity here, one, this other one here, two, and then we had, this area here. So this liquidity all the way in this area here as 2014, right? I remember I had a private session and I was discussing with the student. I was like, this Euro GBP, I believe is still gonna like explode to the upside, you know, come above the 150 quarter point level, right? And that is exactly what price did, right? I mean, it's really amazing to, see, you do an analysis and you just see price expecting, your markups. I mean, it gives you that extra confidence that, yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, I can make money from this, right? So played out amazing, well, and as you can see, price went all the way to the upside. So there's no really a trade idea for me. Like I said, once price has captured the liquidity for me, that is it for that trade. I'm moving to something else, right? Because I see all of this asset as one. Okay, I remember I had a call with you guys. So you should see all the asset as one, right? If I'm analyzing Euro JPY, it is like this is EU, this is Euro USD. What would I be looking for in Euro USD chart on the Euro USD chart, right? So it is the same thing. So I'm going to be analyzing or picturing every asset as Euro USD. So that way it is just one. So when I open up the chart, I see the candlestick. This is Euro USD I'm looking at. Although it is saying Euro JPY up here, but this is Euro USD to me. So what am I looking at? What is going to happen? Right? I'm analyzing every asset as one. Okay, that is it. That's how I do it. Okay, and then this one played out well. And from where we anticipated it to where it is now, that is 705 pips. Amazing. Right. Cool. So there's no trade idea for Euro JPY. I just wanted to explain and show you guys how far price has gone. Right. It's amazing. So let me just remove it. And then NZD JPY. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I remember telling you guys to keep an eye for lower pricing on this asset. If you guys remember the video analysis, market structure, I told you guys this internal liquidity price is going to come for it before this daily liquidity to the downside. And I said, keep an eye for lower pricing. How did I even put it? I said, keep an eye for opportunities to get in lower or something like that. But I was actually telling you guys lower pricing, and then we want to look for price go to the upside. So on the 2-day time frame, I believe that's where we're going to see it clearly, right? So look at this price, respected the imbalance, and then boom, just it was crazy. Just look at this. Right. So now, when I was doing the analysis for this NZD JPY, I had not checked the JPY futures yet. So I was like, I wanted price to, capture the internal liquidity. you guys, the video is there, right? And then price should reject. So what I wanted to see was price capturing this liquidity and then give us some kind of rejection to the downside. But now the JPY, futures has this daily liquidity to the downside. And if we are anticipating bullishness for JPY, pairs XSX JPY, then I don't know for this NZD JPY. So now because of the JPY futures that we just did, and then we saw the daily liquidity, um, this might just continue to buy up from this area, right? But like I said, I wanted this to buy up, then we should come into this area, look for some kind of distribution to go down, right? But now, one reason why this might not happen or why this might not sell down now might be, because of what the JPY, futures liquidity to the downside. And if the JPY is going to continue to be weak, then NZD JPY will continue to buy up, right? Beside we have imbalances to be filled in this area. All right. So now that is one reason why this trade that I was looking out for a sell, a buy first, which played out. So congratulations to us on that. And then a sell down. So now this might not happen because of, the JPY futures. But then let's see what happens, right? Let's see. So yes, the price is actually there now, but just like this pair, there was this pair, Chef JPY, or was it this card Chef, and then we did an analysis, and then I told you guys Chef was stronger, and it might not hold because of where's that currency pair? Was it AUD Chef? No, not AUD Chef. Was it card Chef? No, not card Chef. I'm trying to remember that. Trying to remember that Chef JP. Oh yeah, it was Chef JPY. Exactly. Yes, it was Chef JPY. Remember, I told you guys we were actually looking to take a sell from this imbalance. Yeah, you guys remember, right? But because of the strength of Chef, right? We did the analysis. I told you guys Chef was really strong. Right. So it might not sell down from here because of the strength of Chef, and that happened, right? And it didn't sell down actually. It actually bought all the way to the upside. So something like this might happen with this NZD JPY also. JPY is very weak at the moment. So although we are looking for distribution in this area to go to the downside, but because of the weakness of JPY, you can see it's very weak. This might not hold. I might just continue to buy up. But then let's see what happens. And then for USD JPY, amazing, amazing trade, right? You can see the structure has been bullish, right? Look at the structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher. Has just been giving us that, typical bullish market structure. And then price is going all the way to the upside. So because of the weakness of JPY, I am banking on, this USD JPY going to the upside, capturing this daily liquidity we have here. So it has captured the first one here. We actually marked this out before it happened, right? This area. I remember I was, you guys remember that conversation I had with Charles, right? We're discussing in the general group and we're talking about why I believe that, USD is going to continue buying, right? Because number one, you don't want to be trading against the structure, right? Although some people need to trade against structure, right? Some people are selling this, but then trading with the structure is better, right? And then we had a little, argument in between the retail pattern and then the institutional trading concept pattern, right? Which one is going to win in this area, right? Because if you can see well, this is a bearish flag, right? We had this here, and then we did something like this, and then we had so this is like a bearish flag, right? And then for a flag pattern, what we should be anticipating is a break and then retest and then the price should drop. All right. And then I remember like, okay, guys, which one is going to hold? Retail pattern or institutional concept, right? Market is bullish, price came into the imbalance, and then price was rejected all the way to the upside. So now I'm still believing USD JPY is going to go to the upside because of this liquidity. JPY futures is weak. So yeah, so maybe price inside this imbalance, we can anticipate some kind of bullishness to go up. That is it. I'm done. Yes. a lot of trade played out last month. Oh my God. Yes. So this is it, guys. I didn't spend too much time, right? Simple and short. So it's going to be an amazing week for us. It's going to be an amazing month. Yes. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.